Hello and welcome to another video on my channel talking about clean scents, as you could see from the title of this video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Emilia. We're all about fragrances. We have split this video in 4 different parts purely because I have so many fragrances, and as mentioned in my first video, as well the second one, I do consider that smelling clean, it's a term that can be relative and interpreted by each one of us differently. Therefore, I try to diversify a bit the fragrances as well. Um, I do list a few fragrances that might be coming a bit like more on the floral clean, maybe fruity clean, because the reason why I'm showing you these shower gels, it's purely because to give you the understanding that, when we clean smell, we might smell like Dove soaps. We might smell like fruity soaps or shower gels. We might smell like floral soaps or shower gels. Therefore, the fragrances also. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the fragrances. And as you guys got used to it, if you have followed my previous 2 episodes, I'm going to start with the cheapest one and build it up to the most expensive one. So stay tuned. Let's start with one of them that I really enjoy. And it's none the other but Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker. If you're not familiar with her, she's an actress and she came out also with this fragrance. I really, really love the bottle. It's so minimalistic. Um, I'm going to talk also about the fragrance so you understand a bit more. This, to me, it's, as the name of the fragrance says, lovely. It's soft, powdery, it's discreet, and very intimate fragrance, which announces a bit of a silky white amberness as well. Um, for me, this one is the finest and most discreet celebrity perfume that I've ever smelled so far. And I do believe that here the perfumer has fantastically combined the musk with the lavender and patchouli. And the addition of orchid and martini simply adds to this yumminess, this deliciousness. The drying down, basically, it's the part that turns it into a musky floral scent, but it's a pleasant one. It's not this overwhelming, headache-inducing, you know. And for me, everything, every aspect of this fragrance, when it comes to the scent, it's perfect. The name, the bottle, and even the advertisement, the campaign that they were doing for this, it does have a good sillage and it works well throughout the day. And obviously, this is not an offensive office scent. Um, it's not going to be also an offensive bedtime scent if you want to use it. I try to use it both ways because, the, the reason that I described. So it's very soft, it's very light, powdery and discreet. So therefore, you can consider using it as your bedtime scent if you're looking for a bedtime scent. But also you can wear it perfectly safe, perfectly fine at office. As you could see, I have here a dent already. So I'm here. And, for me, if you like lavender, it's perfect. The lavender has this relaxing effect above our mind and body. Therefore, this is perfect for that. It's a very pretty, I don't know, bubble bath scent, lavender soap scent, if you have such. And I find it very, very soothing. In my opinion, this fragrance shines better during the cooler weather, not much in the summer. But for the price that I paid for this, no words that I can say bad things about it because it's simply lovely. And this was once again Sarah Jessica Parker, lovely. The next fragrance here that I'm going to discuss about is something that I thought about it. Shall I include it or not? Because it didn't fit the ideal or typical clean. And this is going to be Chloe, the Eau de Parfum, the original one, as you can see. As mentioned in my other video, I want you guys to have a close-up of the bottles as well, so you know exactly which one I'm talking about in case you consider smelling it or buying it. This fragrance for me, it's light and fresh, yet seductively strong and self-possessed. The fragrance, again, I consider it very versatile. It is intended for everyday use, obviously, and I think it's more than suitable for becoming someone's unique signature scent. This fragrance to me, it's so soft, so florally fresh, um, you know, and basically the way I ended up purchasing this fragrance, it's because one of my colleagues was wearing it and it absolutely blown me away this year. So she was sitting more than half a meter away from me and still I could smell it. And I was like simply blown away about this. Also the scent, it's very, very beautiful. So I asked her eventually, what are you wearing? Um, you know, so this is how I ended up purchasing this. This leaves behind a very beautiful floral, fresh trail of a scent, which can captivate people around you. It's nicely subtle, not overpowering or heavy on the rose side, and has, this beautiful balanced rose, which will not make you sick. It does smell clean, soapy. It does give you this classy feel, same as the bottle, this chic. Um, and I do believe Chloe is proper, sophisticated, and maybe a bit of a conservative in her style. Um, and this fragrance for me, it's again perfect for office environment or work environment. Um, I do make a disclaimer here. Make sure that if you're working in an office environment, that the company allows the use of fragrances, because I know some companies have a no fragrance policy. So keep that in mind. Other than that, if you don't work in an office environment, but you're looking for something clean, nice, yet seductively strong fragrance, you might consider this one. And since we're talking about Chloe, I'm going to talk about another one, which can be a bit of a unique and controversial scent. And let me show you. It's Chloe Nomade. This is the full bottle size. If you know Chloe, the brand itself, they have this kind of purses as well. Therefore, they have thought to design this fragrance in their signature product. For me, this is super unique. It's not your typical designer fragrances that I have showed you so far. It is on the floral, but at the same time earthy, woody side. I do find it very versatile. And again, I do consider it as a perfect choice of someone's signature scent. Um, to my nose particularly, this fragrance smells clean, soapy, a bit of fruity sweetness here, a floral chypre with some citrus notes in it, but again, not the sweet notes that you get sometimes from the citruses. and a noticeably woody base. And for me, this is a beautiful, feminine, yet somewhat bold and sexy perfume. It does have a bit of edginess, bursting with citrus at the top, basically, because when you open the fragrance, that's what you will be encountered with, the citruses. And then in the middle, you have these juicy florals and peach. Then comes the oak moss, the musk nose, the patchouli, which help make this full-bodied and more sophisticated. Um, as I mentioned in my first impression video, before I started adding some dent to it, I'm not sure how much you can see, but maybe like this you see. It does continue starting up a bit of a unisex and masculine scent that didn't change. However, when it dries down, it's when it becomes more floral, more feminine. Um, you have this slightly fruity, mossy, earthy part of it. Um, I adore Nomad as it is not your typical girly sweet fragrance such as the other Chloe. So if you're looking for a unique yet feminine, perfect for your signature scent, you might consider Chloe, Nomad. There are flankers out there, you know, make up your mind by sniffing them. And once again, it's a nice, nice scent. Keeping up with the unique profiles of the clean scents, I'm going to talk about one fragrance that it's super, super special to me, and it's Twilly Versace. They also have these interesting ties, bows, which the company makes. An interesting hat. To me, the bottle, it looks like a tiny man. Um, for me, this fragrance is a super chic scent and unique again. You have here zesty, gingery opening with hints of bitter orange that dries down to a comforting and powdery tuberose. So obviously, to be able to pull this fragrance off, you need to love ginger and you need to love tuberose, because if you don't love them, it's not going to work for you. Um, I do love ginger. I do love tuberose. I do love powdery scent. And therefore, I do consider this as a signature scent. Um, it can be very, very versatile again. So it goes into the versatile categories. And it's what amazes me about it is that it's clean, at the same time soapy. Um, it's again perfect for work environment. It's again fresh and zesty, perfect for casual and sunny days. Um, you do get the floral spiciness. The spiciness comes obviously from the ginger, and I do consider it perfect also for dates and normal occasion. Um, it there's something in this scent that reminds me of a men's cologne. Um, as I mentioned also in my signature scents videos that you can find on my channel, but I will try to link also below. It reminds me of one of the aftershaves that my deceased father used to enjoy, um, but only when I smell from the sprayer or atomizer. But obviously, once I spray out the fragrance, that vibe, that feeling disappears with it. Um, it's basically, for me, it's very beautiful. It's very unique. Um, obviously, it's not going to be your young, girly, pinky fragrance. It's not your cotton candy like pink sugar, for example. It's a well-made creamy, soapy white floral with a zinc from ginger and bitter on orange. So you really can't go wrong with this fragrance, in my opinion. Next on my list, which is the fifth fragrance, it's going to be again a switch from other extreme and going back to the freshy aquatic area. And this is going to be one of the scents that I purchased this year, but I didn't have much of a occasion to wear it, purely because I was wearing many other fragrances, but it's so beautiful. This is Dior's, Giorgio Armani, sorry, um, Ocean di Gioia. For me, this fragrance, it's your cool, calm, and crisp, clean kind of like fragrance. It smells very aquatic, um, apple shampoo, if I can say that, or apple soap. It's perfect again for summer and also as an office scent if you're looking for it. And what I really find captivating about the fragrance is that it's very fresh, really bright. It smells clean and expensive. Um, this fragrance, it's in a 50 milliliters and it is really expensive in Cyprus, considering the other fragrances. Um, this I can find it only in retail. I cannot find them in outlets. Therefore, I had to pay the full price, which was 90 euros for 15 milliliters. So for me, that's pricey. Um, Plus, if I remember well, it's on the, yeah. So this fragrance for me is just, special occasions, but because I have the other fragrances. Um, it smells very expensive. It smells clean. It's very flirty, sexy, confident, very unique and grown. It has a pear notes here, which is a really juicy pear. Um, that's the vibe that comes without being sharp or, you know, jolly, um, maybe like a gummy bear, if I can say that. You get a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of the pear as well, which then breaks it down. But this definitely gives me these coastal Mediterranean vibes. Think about Italy, think about Spain, Greece, Portugal, think about Cyprus. It smells again like you just washed your hair with a gorgeous smelling fruity shampoo, but on some freshly washed white clothes. And imagine yourself sitting on a balcony overlooking at the Mediterranean or at the ocean, eating a very yummy, juicy, ripe pear. That's how I can describe this bottle and what's in it. And it is overall so soft, so feminine, and absolutely gorgeous. And once again, this is Ocean di Gioia by Giorgio Armani. The next one, again, is going to be a very interesting one in my opinion. And I consider it a bit on a polarizing end. And really, I do understand why some people like it, why some they don't like it. And it's Crystal Noir Versace Eau de Toilette. I did a comparison video between the Eau de Parfum and Eau de Toilette version. So if you're interested, check on my channel. And I'm sure you will find it interesting in case where you don't know which one to go for. And I'm going to mention it in the following video, the Eau de Parfum as well, because they do have the clean profile. Um, the EDT, it's a fresh floral spicy scent. It doesn't have the warmth that the EDP has overall, nor that black pepper in the opening. And what really surprises me in this fragrance is that how it still manages to have this very clean, very fresh aspect to it, which smells like a clean laundry or very nice smelling cleaning product. And when I mention cleaning product, I mention it, or I'm referring to it in the best possible way. I wouldn't talk about Domestos because that doesn't smell good. That's just chlor. It also has a very warm and creaminess in it. It has a depth to it, but I wouldn't say it's very heavy or this thick scent. I do think that this is perfect for the cooler summer evenings or spring times here in Cyprus. Um, it's a very long lasting fragrance, both on my skin and on my clothes, even though it's just the eau de toilette version. What I found also very interesting is the size of the cup. It's huge. It's enormous. You can see. But overall, this to me smells like you just took shower. And when I was doing my first impression videos, I was mentioning that it reminds me of one of the favorite body cleansers that I'm using. And actually, it was this that I was referring to. It's from Oriflame, and it kind of like gives me that smell, like because this has honeysuckle in it. And when I was taking shower, because it's more of a botanical profile, the shower gel itself, and I went back in the bathroom, it kind of like gave me the same vibe, the same kind of like experience, and I really, really enjoy it. And as you could see, both of them have even the black dark color with the gold here. So it's really, really interesting. I love it. And overall, for me, this is the perfect fragrance from the crystal series, because there are other crystals. There's the pink bottle version. There's the other one which is yellow um, crystal. But for me, this one spoke so far. And obviously, it's a beautiful, beautiful, clean scent. It doesn't smell cheap. It does smell elegant. It smells sophisticated. Um, and some might consider it as their evening scent. Some they prefer to use it as all year around. Again, it's down to each one of us. For me, as mentioned, it's a clean scent. And the last one for today in the video would be the most expensive one from the sevens that I decided to talk about today. And it's going to be a Chanel fragrance. It's Chance au Tendre, the Eau de Toilette version. The Eau de Parfum tends to be more rosy than this one. And to distinguish between them, it's the cap. So the Eau de Toilette version has this plastic cap, whereas the Eau de Parfum has this metallic looking cap. So that's how you can distinguish between them if you're not in a store and you don't know which one you're purchasing. Now, for me, this fragrance, it's super elegant, super yummy, pretty sophisticated, makes the mood instantly refreshed and positive. And if you don't know the fragrance, this opens up with citrus, but not the freshly cut lemon slice kind of freshness. Um, it smells a little bit more complex, sweet. It has skin, so I assume it comes from that. I do get the hyacinth throughout all the layers, and in the dry down, I have this beautiful, slightly woody signature Chanel kind of like clean musk. The only issue with this fragrance, as you could see, I didn't use again much, and that's purely because the fragrance, the 100 milliliter version, costs here in Cyprus 160 euros. My issue with this, given that it's a Chanel fragrance and at this price, and I do understand it's an eau de toilette, but still, the lasting power on this, it's really bad. For me, you know, the scent itself, it's amazing. Just the longevity is the issue. Um, for me, the fragrance is a staple for the spring and summer months, but um, I wear it even year around, especially to work, because it's has this inoffensive um, smell, so it doesn't bother anyone. It's very easy, carefree fragrance. No one is going to complain about it, but also no one is going to really notice this fragrance if you just, you know, somehow end up sitting in their neck. Because, as mentioned, the longevity is the issue. Um, it's a rose perfume, well blended, but you don't have the overpowering rose as in the eau de parfum. So I prefer the smell profile of the EDT rather than the EDP. And it's very refreshing, but not as strong as other rose perfumes, such as in Chloe, the original that I just showed you a bit earlier. Um, it makes you feel, very gentle, elegant, delicate, like I could even say like a young lady from one of Jane Austen's novels. If you read Jane Austen, or have you studied in the university like I did. Um, my profile is languages, in case you were wondering. Um, it's a very, you know, girly, clean fragrance. Opens fresh and fruity, and then it dries down into this clean, laundry-like, musky smell. So it's an absolute joy. And I'm super, super careful with this. What I did instead, I bought a dupe, a copy, or a clone, as we know it, and I paid for 50 milliliters only €7. We have a company here in Cyprus that comes out with really, really good clones. They are very, very close to the originals. I would say up to 95% to 98% of the smell. And given the fact that I can use that instead of 150 or €160 whenever I want, and projects enormously, projects well, it stays on the skin. I prefer to do that and use these only on special occasions, but that's my preference, obviously. And this was it from my side for today's video. And if you haven't seen the previous episodes and you want to have some more interesting options there for you, then keep on watching and scrolling down in the description box as well on my channel, because you will see them listed. And if you haven't yet subscribed so far, then please consider doing that before leaving my channel, and leave me in your um, free time, if you can, some comments below in the description box. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this sense, or what do you think about this topic at all? Perhaps let me know if there's some particular topic that you might be interested in and you want me to make a video and give you my feedback about it. And also, thank you so much for those that have already subscribed to my channel and are continuously supporting me, because it means a lot, obviously. And till next time, till the fourth episode, stay safe and take care, and do the